Yes, father confirm. It's your boy Foxy P in the building. I like your boy. The chopper of Yam and the fryer of plantain. Yes, 1995, 1999 Gidigbo champion. First Igbo governor of Lagos State. Baba say yes, he can say yes, we fit. Yes, father confirm. Yes, father confirm. It's your top Foxy P in the building. I like your boy. Chopper of Yam and the fryer of plantain. Chilling right here on the set of the Africa Today show. Ginger. I swear to God, Father Almighty, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so happy to see you guys here because we're doing it real heavy right now. First of all, before we even go too far, I want to thank everybody who donated to our tuition fund. That's right, it's true. We raised it 2,000. All of a sudden, from out of nowhere, a very blessed woman just came and just throw $500 on top. Marcelina, God will bless you for that. She said, education is key. Keep up the good work, Foxy P. I just my chest was just beating. I saw the alert. I was like, how? I've already reached the amount that we want. Say it's 2,000 that we want to give 2 scholarship. Boom, out of nowhere. She give us $500 extra. Say, I just decided, my spirit told me to just give something to you guys. So there you go. So now we have 2,500. So I said that money will not waste. What we will do, ladies and gentlemen, I'll give 2 scholarship, one for a male, one for a female woman, and then the last one, the $500 confirmed. That one is going to go to somebody at need. So we have to decide on the criteria. So right now, I want anybody who wants to be part of the board. It's going to be a 5-person board that's going to vote. I say 5 people because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that way they can make a decision. They're going to decide on the criteria. If you can suggest, you can suggest right here in the comment section, and you don't have to be a member of the board to suggest a criteria we will use to say this is how we're going to pick the person that will win the scholarship. We can say, okay, you have to have a 3.0 GPA, you have to write essay. The essay is going to be based off of what are you going to use your degree to do to help people in Africa, or it can be based off of you that you're a student in America. How can you help people back home? What can we do in the diaspora? Whatever question that people think would be good for them to write essay on top, so we can make sure that they have brain in their head confirmed. Suggest it right there, because my goal is, this is July now. School is not in session yet. By August, we'll have decided the criteria. Middle of August, we'll put the scholarship out. Oh, say, look, start applying. My children, start applying. Give them like a month or 2. As soon as school is now entering, boom, we have all the entries, and then the board, those 5 people will now go through and then now decide on the top people that they want to give the scholarship to confirm. So if you want to be a member of that board, just email me at africancomedians@gmail.com. To me, personally, I feel like anybody can suggest what kind of criteria we're going to use, but the board should be people that contributed. So if you know you didn't contribute any money, it's all right. Don't feel bad, but don't come and email me to be on the board confirm, because we cannot have somebody that not contribute inside the pot to now decide who the pot should go to. It don't make no sense. Let the people that donated be the ones that can say, I want to be on the board. So if you're interested, make sure you send me an email, africancomedians@gmail.com. Subject, Foxy P, I want to be on the board for the ATS scholarship fund. I'm going to push that real heavy. Also, all the people that are supposed to get gift, people that give over $100, $500, your gift are coming confirm. I have to go through the list and decide on how we want to do it, because you know this thing is not a website that I'm using to control everything. No, it's me personally that will see. I'm like, oh, this person is supposed to collect mug, supposed to collect t-shirt, supposed to collect this, and I will manufacture all those things and send it to you confirm. I did not forget. I want to give a shout out to our sponsor for today, Base Clothing. They're the one that gave me this nice shirt. If you guys want to get something like this, go to shopbase.com, shopbace.com. If you go there, 10% off. You can go there and just fill out the form, and boom, you're gonna get 10% off. Get a nice fit like this. The ginger remain eternal. Let's start the show. Small news updates. We're getting the news all the way from Benin Republic. That's a small country, a French-speaking country right next to Nigeria, between Nigeria and Togo in West Africa, confirmed. We're getting the news that their president just recently came back from France. He was there, he was missing for about a month, and we're getting the news that he actually went there because he had surgery. He said 2 things was worrying him. One, he had a lesion in his prostate, so they did surgery there. You know how healthcare can be. You go and fix one thing, boom, before you know what's happening, you can discover another thing. So they now discover another thing in his digestive tract. So they give him another surgery, and boom, he's back. And people were like, dang, can you imagine a small country right here can do this, where their president is sick and they tell people that, look, he's sick. 59-year-old guy, he was sick and now he's back and he's healthy. Confirmed. But Nigeria, till today, we don't even know where Buhari is. Buhari, where are you? Nobody know. I'm telling you, I was waiting for those people that flood almost carried their house in Lekki this past weekend. I was waiting for them to be able to come, and maybe when that water will come, maybe the thing will carry Buhari and come back confirmed. But it didn't happen. I don't know whether people saw that video of that Oibo man that was kayaking. Oyibo people, I swear to God, Father Almighty, you will believe that your love can heal this kind of sickness, but no, it can't. The man has been in Nigeria for many years and still yet, he has been holding that kayak since. One day, I will use this my canoe and I'll use it and buy bread in the corner, confirm. So I was surprised, anyways, that Benin Republic, for coming out and just saying that, yo, our president is sick. And that's it. It's a human being. It happens to people all the time. If people don't believe me, check Nigerian history. We've had presidents before that were sick and they told people. Babangida, military ruler, still decided when he was sick and he said he had radiculopathy or something like that. Basically, it's like something that happened to your spine, your nerve endings. So he was having bad pain in his leg, confirmed. He said he was shot with gun during Nigerian Civil War, Biafran War, confirmed. I didn't even know this. Apparently they catch him, boom, and they shoot him in his leg. All those hunters from Anambra, they're the ones that just give him, boom, they just shoot him in his leg, boom. They catch him with that bullet, and then he has had that nerve pain. So he went to France, and then from France he went to Germany, and this around like 1987. And they came out and said, yo, the reason why he did all that was because he went for surgery because he was sick. That's it. There's nothing wrong in coming out to say it. We'll get another news from Congo. This Congo Brazzaville, not Congo Kinshasa, confirmed. The difference is one of them, Congo Brazzaville, was a French colony. Congo Kinshasa was the one that was carried by the Belgian king, King Leopold, confirmed. How you can make the difference is that one, Kabila, one is also Mobutu Sese Seko, confirmed. That's the main difference you can use. Patrice Lumumba was from there, that Congo. That's the big one. I used to always confuse them all the time. I don't know how two countries can have the same name, Congo, but they say Congo Kinshasa, Congo Brazzaville. That's how they differentiate it. Before, the big one was called Zaire. That was another thing I used to differentiate them, confirmed. But one was a French colony, the small one, French colony, the big one, Belgian colony. The small one, they said that the daughter of the president is facing all kind of trial right now in France because they are charging her for embezzlement of 3 million euro. And I'm like, dang, 3 million euro? That's something that you can just find in an apartment right there in Ikoyi. It's not that much, confirmed. So these people are being pursued right now by the French court system because they have been embezzling fund. I said, can somebody please come and catch one of our people? Please, if you don't mind, can you catch one of the Nigerians that are thieving money? Confirmed. But anyways, that's the news section. Let's go into the main meat of why you are here watching this. On today's episode of Africa Today Show, I want to talk about the role of Western or Eastern or foreign religions in Africa and why I believe that they are the root of some of the main issues that we have. When I say Western religion, I'm talking about Christianity. When I say Eastern religion, of course, I'm talking about Islam. Why is it that most of the problems that we have in Africa is based off of religion? Not because the religion itself is telling you to do something bad, but because people have taken it upon themselves that that's the main difference between me and my neighbor. It has given us a way to now say, you know what, I hate that person. Why? Because they are Christian. I hate that person. Why? Because they are Muslim. And I was trying to understand it. I was trying to get it. I said, number one, why is it that we as Africans have become more religious than the people that gave us the religion? Let me explain that to you, ladies and gentlemen, in case you didn't understand me. I'm not talking fast, you might be listening slow. Why is it that we as Africans have become more religious than people that gave us the religion? Take for instance Christianity. Christianity was brought to us mainly by the British. We had the Christian missionaries that came in and they brought religion. Why is it that now Nigeria is way more deep into Christianity than the British? If you look at the percentage of people that identify as Christians in England right now, is way less percentage-wise. I think it's almost like 50-50 in terms of people that say they are atheists, they don't even care, and people that say, yeah, I'm a Christian now. Most of the atheists were formerly Christians and they say, you know what, I'm not doing it anymore. Whereas in Nigeria, I don't even have to tell you how many people are following Christianity. All you have to do is walk down a street, you will see at least 4 or 5 churches, to the extent that some houses, some building, you will see church will be on the ground floor, somebody will be living on the up floor, and then another church upstairs. You just see them, they'll be competing against each other. People that are downstairs will be doing praise and worship. Jesus is Lord, Jesus is Lord. People that are upstairs will now be shouting, Satan don't fall for ground, you match him. If you check, you can find out that the pastor that's upstairs was almost before a junior pastor in the downstairs. He now upgraded his life and now went to open his own church upstairs. Confirmed. So I'm always wondering, why is it that we are more religious than the people that gave us the religion? Why is it that the religion has now come and become the main thing we're using to fight? Because I'll tell you this, and it's a fact, about 80% of all the battle, all the war, all the killing that's going on in Africa today is based off of religion. If you think I'm lying, Boko Haram, why are they killing people? Al-Shabaab that's out there in Kenya and Somalia, why are they killing people? Look at the Fulani herdsmen that are killing people in southern Kaduna. If you check all of these things across the board, look at Libya, what are they fighting for? Look at Egypt against Muslim Brotherhood. Every single thing, ISIS, everything that they are fighting, it's always religion, 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 religion. Why is it that something that's supposed to bring love and affection between brothers has now become something that they now use to divide us, confirm? Because if you look in the history of that religion, the way they gave it to us, they didn't give it to us the full way, confirm. Think about this now. You have a situation now where we cannot even point at our pastors when they are doing something bad. Because they will quote Bible, they will say, touch not your anointed and do your blessed no harm. And now I'm misquoting it, confirm. My mother is a pastor. But sometimes that Hennessy that we're drinking will be making mistaken verses. But you understand what I'm saying? They say you cannot castigate. You should not speak ill. You should not speak evil of any pastor. However, if you look deep inside the people that gave us the religion, in the Catholic Church there, Pope can come out and say, yo, if you see any priest doing a bad thing, let us know. Confirm. I was really happy recently when I saw something that came out from Redeemed Church where Pastor Debo came out and said, yo, if you know any pastor that's doing bad things, report him. I don't care where he is in the world. So they're giving us the ability to say, yo, we should be able to step up, and what you are doing is bad. But if anybody open their mouth like this, beep, and just talk anything, they'll say, hey, look at him, you're an idol worshiper. How can you be coming against a Christian? How can you be coming against a pastor? You will die. What kind of nonsense is this? Why is it that we cannot speak up? And that thing I want to understand is this. Why is it that only in Africa that you see a significant percentage of the richest pastors in the world? Listen, I'm telling you, you can Google it. They said they brought a list of the top 10 richest pastors in the world. And from out of nowhere, like 4 or 5 of them were Nigerian. I'm wondering, why is it that you have these poor nations and you have these rich, super rich pastors that be flying around in private jets, zoom, 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 every single time? See their big house, see how they be dressing, see how they gold. Look at their children, they're sending their children to go and study abroad, doing all these kind of things. Whereas the people that have been paying their tithes every single day at that church are suffering, but we can never come out and say anything about it. When you say, why is it that this pastor has a private jet? Why is it that this pastor has these 16 different houses? Why is it that this pastor has all these big businesses? They'll say, that's the reward that you're supposed to get for being a pastor. Don't you know that if you serve God, God will bless you? And I'm like, okay, hold on. Since they born me till today, I have never seen any Catholic priest that's rich. Are they not serving God? Till they bomb it to today. All those other established sects, whether it's Methodist or whether it's Anglican, I've never seen any rich one. Let's even leave Christianity for a second. Till today, I've not seen an afar, an imam that's leading people in prayer in the mosque that's rich. Yeah, they might be comfortable, might have like 3 wives in a big building, but I've never seen them when they are flying private jet doing all these things. So why is it that is this new churches that were created because people are moving away from the old way of doing Christianity, where everything is rigid? If you do anything bad in Catholic Church, they'll be like, you cannot collect communion anymore. You're excommunicated. All those kind of things. They say, you know what? We don't want to do all those kind of things. We want to move in our own direction. The women don't have to be covering their hair. Little things like that used to restrict people too much. Deeper life, they say you can't wear makeup. They say, no, you can wear makeup in our church. This is a newer church for younger people, confirm. Why is it that is this new churches are now the ones in which the pastors are making big money? Is it possible that thing is a business? Food for thought. Is it possible that these people have figured out a way to finger people's brains so that way you can be bringing your money and it's not going to any kind of headquarters, it's not going anywhere, it's staying there locally, confirm, where they are chopping the money like that in their mouth? You see pastor riding big car, you see his wife riding big car, you see the children riding big car, whereas the people that are coming to the church is keke, motorcycle. That's what they're using to come for the service. How does that make any sense to you, ladies and gentlemen? Are you going to talk about the pastors in Nigeria that have set up big schools, universities that they use the money from the church to build, and all of a sudden the people that go to that church cannot even afford to send their children to that school? Confirm. My junior brother is a testament to that thing. This thing is a true story. Confirm. I really want to, one day I'll just do an episode strictly on all these Christian universities in Nigeria, because what they did is crazy. When he first entered the school, I think they started off, the school's tuition was like maybe like 250,000 or so. By the time he graduated, in less than 3 or 4 years, the thing has gone up to 600,000. Do you know how many people drop out? When he was starting the school, his class like this was almost like 70 or 80 people. That's his own degree class, so that now was supposed to go with him from year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4. By the time they got to that end of the year, there were almost like a third of them left because everybody had dropped out. Why? Because of they were not able to afford the tuition. But these are the people that go to the church. So how can you now tell me as a member of a church that I've been donating money, I've been putting my tithe, putting my offering, that I'm sure they even took special offering to now build that school. After we build the school, I'm excited, my pikin, don't worry about entering jam and going to one of these schools where they can be cultists. I will send you to this Christian school. It's our own pastor, it's our own daddy that set up the school. Everything is going to be all right. Your pikin will now go there. After like 1 or 2 years, the money is now so big, they've increased the tuition so much, and they have to drop out. How is that Christian-like? I personally believe that the white man brought that religion to us. When I say white man, I'm talking about white from Europe, that's Christianity, and white from Mecca, that's Islam, confirmed. I believe personally that they brought that thing as a way to control us. Because if you think about it, by the time they were coming to colonize us, they used 2 things. Number 1, they come with the gun. Say, if you move, I shoot. And next thing they come with the holy book. Say, so you can read and you can become docile. So you can be showing you the scripture where it says, you know, you must obey your master. You must do the things that your master say you should do because your master is representative of God right here on earth. Confirmed. You don't understand some things. The Catholic Church in Nigeria, up until maybe the 50s or the 60s, the entire sermon used to be in Latin. Now you're talking about people that are in Igbo land, people that are in Yoruba land, people that are in the middle belt, that don't even understand English. And you have a priest that is preaching to them in Latin. How can you even understand what's inside that book, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? These are some of the things I've thought about, and I was like, damn. Something is kind of off here. And it's not only related to only us Africans. So, because if you go out there into Asia, for instance, go to the Philippines, you see so many Catholics. There are more Catholics in the Philippines than you have in Italy there, where the Pope is. There's more of them there. You don't have to be thinking all this, like, how does this even follow? How does this even make sense? Another example of them using religion to control people is the Sharia law. Sharia law is an old, ancient, exactly what the Quran said you should be doing. It's almost like Christianity now. If you decide to use Moses' side of the Old Testament to now become a judge and jury, where they say an eye for an eye. If you come up person eye during fight, they'll come out your eye too. If you keep person, they kill you. If you thief something as a Muslim under Sharia law, if you steal something, they give you short sleeve. If you thief another thing, they give you another short sleeve, confirmed. That's where if you do adultery, for instance, they stone you to death. So why is it that in Nigeria, recently we're getting the news that the governor of the state who first brought Sharia in, I remember that was during Obasanjo's time when he was president, the guy who brought Sharia into Nigeria, that because of that Sharia law, they used it to cut off people's hand that were stealing, use it to stone people to death that were doing adultery. He was just caught with 2 ashewo inside hotel room, 2 prostitutes on video. Until now, they haven't stoned the guy to death. So why is it that nobody can control him? But the masses, they are using it to now press their head down, confirm. Under Sharia law, they banned people from being able to sell alcohol. You could not even drink alcohol publicly anymore. To the extent that one of my uncles, who I love to death, God bless his soul, man, Uncle Andy, he was the 3rd largest distributor of alcoholic beverages in Nigeria. He had a big contract with Nigerian breweries. He had to shut down his business in the northern part of Nigeria. Why? Because at that point, they were shutting them down. They were burning down his truck. So something that was legal just a week before, all of a sudden now they say Sharia law is not in place. You cannot even sell alcohol. They burned down his trucks, beat up his employees, and all that kind of stuff. The man was not like, look, I can't even do this business. And I have to move to Abuja to go and continue the business. They destroyed the industry. A lot of people had to move away from the north. I'm talking about Kano State now. The same thing happened in Kaduna State, Katsina State, Zamfara State, Yobe State. All these states, they had to now change things because Sharia law was now in place. But meanwhile, in that same Kano State, confirmed, you can go to a rich man's house and you sit down inside the house and you can drink beer and enjoy yourself. You can be chilling there, you're drinking beer, you're smoking cigar, they will bring out a halot for you, you will enjoy yourself, confirmed, without any kind of repercussion. But if a poor man just try to go and climb a shell like this, or any kind of outside woman can play one kind of away match, as soon as he just does that, oh, and the news just come out, beep, they can stone him to death if he's married, because that's adultery. Because another thing that surprises me also is when they came with the religion, they didn't even use it in terms of like choosing who they're going to colonize. I'll give you an example. If you look at the countries that were colonized by the British, you will see it's a hodgepodge of countries regardless of which kind of religion you have. So you take, for instance, Ghana. I believe Ghana is majority Christian. The British took it. Take Egypt, majority Muslim, they took it. Take Gambia, majority Muslim, they took it. Take Nigeria, which is half and half, they took it. The same thing the French did too. The French went and took Benin Republic and Togo, which they had their traditional religion quite alright, but they had more Christianity than Islam. Took those ones and then still went to the northern Africa and went and took Tunisia and Algeria, which are French. So it doesn't make any sense. You can tell that they didn't even care. Another thing that people are not even thinking about is the way the religion itself is interpreted. Do you understand that just recently I now took a step and I was like, damn, this is our Bible that we read. I'm a Methodist, I'm a Christian, I'm a Methodist. The Bible version that my parents love the most, which we usually read the most in the house during like house worship and when we go to church, is the King James Version. I said, let me dig deep into this King James Version. Let me understand. Why is it that we're reading the King James Version? Because there's different versions. New International Version, New Revised Version, new this, new that. I said, let me understand. King James Version was King James, a king, the King of England, now decided that he wants people to come and interpret the Bible. They should translate it from the original language into English. And he now paid those people. So I was not like, could it be that this guy was just trying to make sure that there can be an English version of the Bible? But I was like, nah, there probably was an English version before then, right? And this thing didn't happen that long ago. This is like I believe like 1700s. That's when they did this. So I'm sure there was already an English version of the Bible that had been translated before. But the guy said no, he wants his own translators to come and translate and interpret. So I have two problems with that. Number one, if you think about the fact that the Bible was written in very, very old languages, you had Aramaic or Hebrew. So they've written all those things. There's going to be some kind of things that will be said that cannot be translated purely into a different language because of the complexity of the language, confirmed, because of how old language is, confirmed, and also because the Bible itself is parable. A whole bunch of parables. They'll be like, woman with the flow of blood. Nobody really understands the flow of blood. Some people say the woman was having period for 12 years. Some people say the woman had injury that did not heal. All we know is woman with the flow of blood. Maybe in the Aramaic or the Hebrew, they tell us exactly what happened. Confirmed, but we don't understand. There's a lot of things, a lot of innuendo. People say that Mary gave birth to other children. So when Jesus was talking about brothers and sisters, he actually meant his own siblings in the Bible. But some people are interpreting it like, no, he meant his brothers and sisters in Christ, which means that he was the only child of Mary. These are some of the things that when you are translating it, you can make mistakes. You may not even know which one is which. Confirmed. So that's one problem I have. The fact that it's an old religion where you may not understand the nuances in the language. Second problem I have is this. You are the king. You have a religion as a state religion that all your subjects are supposed to follow. That religion has a book, the holy book that was given to us straight from God. And you now have the ability to bring your own translators to translate it. Ladies and gentlemen, if it was you that was translating this thing, won't you translate it in a way that you can use and press people's neck so they can say exactly what you wanted to say? Imagine if Donald Trump could give his own interpretation of the Bible. They'll say anybody that doesn't marry at least 3 wives, he should be stoned to death. You will see some kind of things. Fornication will just disappear. The 10 commandments will turn into 7 commandments. Confirmed. These are some of the things I was thinking about in my mind. I was like, damn, why? Why is it that something that's supposed to bring love and happiness, why is it now the scourge of Africa itself? So that's the question for you guys today, ladies and gentlemen. Why is it that religion, which is practiced in other parts of the world peacefully, has now turned into what is causing the most problems for us as Africans? Please leave a comment below as we talk whenever we end this show. Anything we know die in a vote, and when in doubt, the ginger remains internal. I'm your third Foxy P. Ginger.